Hey Eddie, I tried to catch this doubleheader. I was listening to game one of the doubleheader
Hmm.
on Sirius XM on my phone on the
Hmm.
device,
Hmm.
but they scan the whole league. They don't just do
Oh,
the
oh, okay.
Orioles game. And I'm
Oh,
getting
okay.
updates.
Hmm.
We put it to him,
Yeah,
but I think Houston got sick of it in the second game.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Two
Yeah.
or three from the Astros, a struggling team. I
Hmm.
wanted us to do this to Boston.
Hmm.
They
Yeah, I
struggling
know.
too.
I know. I know.
Hey, do you realize what Scott Bello, Suarez, and Crochet, the Red Sox are 100 in on just those three
Now,
pitchers?
ask me again why I don't
I
want to give
know,
to a
no,
$200 million contract to a pitcher.
I know, but you look, we watch MLB Network. At least I know I did. And part of day, I forgot what show it was, but they talked about the team spending the most outside the Dodgers and the Yankees.
Hmm.
The Mets, Padres, all of them are doing bad.
Well, the Padres doing okay, but
Okay,
but
maybe
the
I should
other
have said
team,
Phillies.
yeah, the Phillies. That's
Phillies.
probably who you
Okay,
meant.
yeah, I'm my
Right.
bad, my bad.
Hmm.
He mentioned 5 or 6 high spenders around. 5 of the top 7 spenders are 10 games under 500.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then
Hmm.
you got the A's, the Braves who ain't spending no money.
And
Orioles are still middle of the pack.
and Tampa does this every year.
You know
Tampa,
they got Mullins as our center field as their
yeah,
center field.
every year, every year, they do this. Um,
It's crazy. It's
um,
crazy.
look,
Oh, the
with
Astros spending.
they spend it, and they're
They
terrible,
spend.
and they're terrible.
Yep.
So, and Mill, I'm not against spending. You
Hmm.
have to spend,
You're
but
supposed to. It's
just you have to
baseball.
be smart.
It's
You
not
know,
a
you
salary
have to.
cap.
You can't be like the Yankees and give a big, huge contract to or inherit the contract from Giancarlo Stanton, somebody who can't even move.
I heard he hurt himself again
Yeah, he
recently.
hurt again. So, of course, he's gonna hit 35 home runs a year. He swings for the fences. He's a strong guy, and he
Hmm.
swings for the fences every time. So,
With
of
that
course,
long
of
bat
course,
and that
it's gonna
long
connect.
swing.
Plenty of me, John Carlo, me hit ball long way. Man, get out of here. Don't
Hey, you
nobody want to
said
hear
that.
that mess. This is this is
Yeah.
baseball. Do you know how to play baseball?
Boy, did he do the ropey dope on the Yankees when he got him? I
He
say you
got him.
shouldn't make an emotional purchase. When he came off the Marlins, and I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was gonna be one of the greatest hitters of all time. He got to New York, and his game has been cut in half. He was destroying in the National League. Giancarlo was basically what Judge is now.
the the most expensive DH in MLB history. But anyway, I'm not against spending, but you got to be smart. You gotta, and I actually agree with quite a few of the moves the Orioles made.
Damn,
It's just that the 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 fundamentals have. I'm still concerned about the defense.
as you should
Now,
be.
maybe that is because we don't have half of our infield. We don't have Jackson Holiday and Jordan Westburg. If both of
Hmm.
them comes back in the second half of the season, I expect the defense to improve. Now, people say, okay, then what are you going to do with Shaw's boy, Jeremiah Jackson?
Hmm.
Look, if you can hit, from my experience watching baseball all my life, if you can
You're
hit,
gonna be in the lineup.
you're gonna be one
If
of the
not the
nine
Orioles,
guys.
you're gonna be in somebody's lineup.
You're going to be one of the
Yeah,
nine guys. So
yeah.
I don't care if it's DH. I don't
Hmm.
care if you put him in right field and sit Tyler O'Neill down. Whatever. He's going to be in there.
Wow.
And now that I mention that, a lineup with Adley at catcher, Alonso at first base, Jackson Holiday, Gunnar, Jordan Westberg, Ward.
I like Cousins'
Tave-
defense, even though he not hitting.
he's not. His defense is not that great.
Man, are
Ward.
you serious?
Yeah, I
Cowser,
don't think his
he
defense is
makes
that.
some. Cowser makes some
Well,
plays.
well, it's
That's the
not.
only
It's
thing saving him in this league.
well, no Ward. His,
Oh, Taylor Ward.
yeah, his
Okay.
thing is he gets on base
hmm
and he's got power.
Okay.
I see why they got him at the top of the lineup. But
He's leading the major leagues in doubles or up there
Ward, Ward, Tavares, and uh, I would put Jeremiah Jackson in right field. And so,
over Cole
so
Hauser.
now you
Well,
want to talk
Jackson's
about
swinging.
Mill.
Jackson's swinging.
If there's ever been a fourth outfielder, somebody that you just bring in for defense, is probably
hmm
going to end up being Colton. He
Okay.
just the bat is just it's not
He
there.
can't. He can't hit. He struck out today. I think in game one, I saw the highlights of a off speed pitch.
I
He can't
don't
hit the
know.
off speed.
Mill, I don't know if he's ever going to see another fastball in his entire life.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not
throw
sure
it.
because everybody knows he can crush the fastball. That's not a secret at this point.
Right.
If you
Right.
don't if you don't learn how to hit that changeup, guess what you're going to see the rest of your life.
Change ups.
All right.
You're gonna
Okay.
keep saying it. And I ain't talking about the 80-mile-per-hour variety.
hmm
You're gonna see some 78, 79s. It's
Nasty
just good. Yeah.
filth.
He
That's the
struck out
new
early today on one. Yeah.
out pitch.
Damn, the Knicks are beating them by 50.
Yeah, good, good.
In the
Good.
second quarter, they got 74 points.
Oh, good, good,
It's
good,
74 to 25.
good.
So that's
You
49.
you sure you're not looking at that wrong?
No, it's 74 to 25. They beat them by
Good,
almost
good,
50
good,
with 3.5 minutes left in the second
good,
quarter. They're
good.
going to have 160 points.
They shouldn't have messed around with them in the first place. Is CJ McCullough playing?
Yeah, he out there. And Jalen Johnson out there too.
Yeah, well, that's
Man.
good. That's good.
Okay. All right. Look, the last game in New York, Patrick Ewing was there, Stephon
Oh
Marbury,
yeah,
all
the
the
whole
old Knicks showed
Starks.
up, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
All
was
the
our
old
guys.
yeah.
That was our
Boy, I
guys.
remember them Starks Patrick Ewing days. Boy, there was some entertaining cast. They were
And
so physical.
I learned something that we was young. I learned something that I didn't really realize at the time, Mill. When you talking about a great player like Michael Jordan, we was banging our heads against the wall, saying,
Uh-huh.
"Man, we got to beat him. We got to beat you. You're not gonna beat him.
No.
You know, it's not gonna happen." So I can see it now, but you can't see the forest for the trees. At the time, we couldn't see it. We couldn't
He was
see it.
too great. He was too great.
Yeah.
And the Pistons beat him up so bad. Man. He was prepared for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing the Knicks could do to him
Mm-hmm.
was worse than what
Mm-hmm.
Detroit did to him.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all bumping me and following me and slapping my arm. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I've had dislocated shoulders
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Sprained wrists. You gonna bump me? You think that's gonna bother me? It's
Yeah.
destroying my necks.
Yeah.
He was destroyed. The Pistons put him through too much. Put him through too much. Put him through the fire. I remember them games.
Anthony Mason, Johnny. Remember Johnny Newman? That was my boy. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah,
Anthony Mason had these broad shoulders and these red eyes. When he comes to your city for a road game, hide the women and children.
yeah, hide him, hide him. So
He was a monster.
so that being said, great player. I see Portland tried to rough up Wembanyama in the first round. It didn't. Okay, it got him out for a couple of games. They still lost. Wembanyama. I'm telling you right now, Mill. I don't think Oklahoma can beat San Antonio.
Oh, well, if it wasn't for San Antonio, they're the only team I think that in the Western Conference that can beat OKC.
You, yeah,
OKC can beat everybody else, but San Antonio.
except San Antonio. That's what
Yeah.
I'm
San
saying.
Antonio is a bad matchup for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're a bad
Mm-hmm.
matchup. I think they're going to
Mm-hmm.
be eliminate OKC. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that I don't believe OKC; they're the champs,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they want to see San Antonio in the second round.
Yeah, they
I
don't.
think they're going. I think they're going to get them
Mm-hmm.
out. They're going to get them
Mm-hmm.
out. I'm gonna watch that, sir. And I
Mm-hmm.
ain't no big NBA guy no more.
Yeah, right, right.
But that OKC San Antonio, I was hoping that was a Western Conference
Mm-hmm. Right, right,
Finals.
right, right. No,
So the way it falls is the
actually,
way it,
no. It might be. I think
this is the
if they'd have
this is the
won in
first
two.
round now. They in the second round. They
Yeah, I
going into the
know.
second round.
I no, but what I'm saying is if they the number one and number two seeds, which I think they are, then they would meet in the West Finals.
Oh, so they don't play this next round?
No, shouldn't be. No. Mm-mm,
Oh,
no.
I'm getting ready to say, how did
Mm-mm.
they play?
No.
Oh yeah,
Only
yeah.
if they the
I
number
thought you were
one
saying they played in the next round.
the
Okay,
number one and the two seeds not gonna face each other
in the
until they have
series.
to.
Go ahead. It's gonna be San Antonio.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be the Spurs. And the Lakers ain't didn't eliminate Houston where they were supposed to last night. I know they missed Luca, but they should have won last night. I turned it off. I watched it through the first three quarters.
Oh, okay.
I said, man, they don't know what they're doing. Luca is 34 points a game.
Yeah,
He's buckets.
yeah,
And it's hard to account for that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They missed that.
Who's gonna do all that scoring? Who's gonna do all the scoring? Luca scores like he's breathing.
Right,
It's
right.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we got 2 out of 3 taken from us from the Red Sox. We took 2 out of 3 from Houston, which I'm very pleased about. You know, one thing I was thinking about this earlier. One thing I think is going to help the Orioles. I've been looking at what percentage of our runs are scored through home runs.
I
The
scored
more
what?
scored through home runs.
Okay.
Now, I know we had 2 grand slams earlier.
Hmm.
That's an anomaly. Typically, you don't hit 2 grand slams. But the more runs the Orioles score without home runs, the better they'll be.
Yeah, I agree.
Orioles think we are bashing home run team. We're not a home run hitting team. I'm
Well,
telling you, I don't think we are. I know we got Polar Bear. Tyler can get it going. Jeremiah Jackson is actually leading it
and
for
Gunner
second.
and
And
Gunner.
we got some home run hit,
Hmm.
but we not the Padres or the Yankees.
See,
I
I
don't
see
think
what
so.
you're saying, but the reason why they brought in Ward and Alonso is because I think Mike Elias saw that, okay, we don't want to be a softball team like the Yankees. But then again, Mill, if you look at all the teams that go deep in the playoffs, like last year and for the last several years, they are among the top home run hitting teams in baseball.
Yankees actually, when they lost to the Dodgers 2 years ago, we're the number one home run hitting team. And they made
So
it.
you still do need to hit home runs.
I
You
got you.
understand what I'm
I got you.
it is an important part of the game. You just can't make that all important. You know.
I got you. I like when we generate runs without the
Me
home
too.
run.
That's
We beat the
baseball.
Red Sox 5-3. Houston in Game 1 5-3.
Hmm.
Pete Alonso had a 2-run homer, but
Hmm.
we got the other 3 runs of doubles and singles, stolen
Yep.
bases, bunting the man over. Dylan Beavers. I'm really starting to like that guy.
Hmm.
I really am.
Hmm.
One and two guys over from first to second and second to third.
If you need a
Daddy
sacrifice,
would love that, by the way.
if you need a sacrifice fly, Dylan Beavers is your guy. Hey,
Absolutely.
that rhymes. Yeah, that's I like that one.
Congratulations.
Mhm.
You need a sacrifice fly. Dylan Beavers is your guy. All right, we're
Now
going to rock with
they going to Yankee Stadium tomorrow,
Yankee
right?
Stadium
And
tomorrow
actually, it's
for a
4 games
weekend
because
series.
they stay in for the week. They play there Monday. They playing on Monday.
Oh, 4 game
So
series, the Yankees. Huh.
obviously we're
Well,
not going to.
Shane Baz and Chris Bassett got back-to-back wins for the first time this year.
Oh, good, good.
That's positive.
That's good.
I
Okay.
like that.
Obviously, we're not going to sweep the Yankees.
Right.
It's. I'd love to take 3 out of 4. I'm okay with a split. At
I'll
least
take a split, eh?
you don't lose anything.
Right, I'll
But
take a split.
I'm gonna be a little disappointed if the Yankees take 3 out of 4 from them.
I will be too. I was disappointed when the Red Sox took 2 or 3 from them.
Hmm.
And the Red Sox. Now,
I'm
the
telling
second game, the first game in that series, we beat them. We beat them like a drum. We scored 12 runs. The
you.
second game, they scored 17.
Hmm.
Then they beat our butts the third, and I'm like, come on, y'all, the Red
Yeah,
Sox.
I know.
They underachieving. Get them how they
You got to win
doing.
that series.
And that irritated me. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie. You
Hmm.
lose. There are going to be some 12-1 games you lose. This is
Hmm. Hmm.
baseball. They should have took care of business in that third game,
Yeah.
and they
Hmm.
didn't do it. But we took care of
Hmm.
business today. Won our first 2. So
Hmm.
the season isn't going the way I thought But I think by the trade deadline, Elias got something up his sleeve.
I'm glad you said that, and we can close on this.
I know we're ways from the trade deadline,
Yeah,
Ed.
but I'm you're right. I'm looking at something. I was really hoping Detroit would fall off the map, and Michael Eyes can put together a huge offer for you know who I'm about to
For
say.
Scooble.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like Scooble, Ed, but you the one don't like him.
Neil, I never
It's
know.
just my bad. I don't misquote you. It's just
Thank
you're not willing to send
thank you.
your firstborn and your kidney over to Oval.
Thank you.
I got you.
And Michael Elias, his thinking is along with mine. I'd love to have Scooble for the stretch run, and then after he helps us win the World Series, if somebody want to give him $250 million, then be my guest. But I'm not giving it to him.
Hey, you would who would you pay then, Eddie?
Um
Shane Baz and basically what they're doing,
um
pay a
you
lot of
know
the
who I would
territory.
pay? You know who I would pay? Jim Palmer, Steve Carlton.
Now you're being ridiculous.
So you see my
I'd pay Gunner. You pay Gunner?
yeah, well, even him, he probably thinking he going to get a Juan Soto contract. He might, but it won't be here, Mill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. We
It's
don't
not going to
have
happen.
deep pockets like the Mets did. That guy
It's not going
Cohen
to happen.
over in the Mets, you know he got a lot of money because other baseball owners look at him and be like, "Oh yeah, he got money." When other billionaires look at you and say, "Oh, you got money," then you got money.
You
The
got money.
Mets owner is known as a free spender,
Hmm.
and he cut all those players, brought in this new team, and the Mets are garbage. I've watched a couple games from them. Even the third base coach is messing up.
Hmm.
He waved somebody in. The guy got thrown out by so many feet. The ball got to the catcher. He was halfway down the third baseline. He running, and the catcher had to run up the third baseline to tag him. I'm like, what did you? I'm like, the Mets are a
Yeah.
train
I
wreck.
kind of saw this coming. I kind of saw it coming.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
god.
they gave the farm. They call themselves trying to outdo the Yankees. Okay, you did. They wanted to keep Soto, but now who's laughing now?
I don't know. They these teams are spending, but they ain't winning. That's why I'm this 2 or 3 games under 500 the Orioles got going on. I'm gonna be a
Hmm.
little tolerant of it.
Hmm.
Like we
Hmm.
said, me, you, Percy, we don't have that true ace.
Hmm.
We have some guys that have served as number ones.
Hmm.
But we talk about the dominant franchise quarterback
Hmm.
of your team.
Hmm.
We know who they are. Tier one quarterbacks in the NFL. It ain't
Right,
32, Ed.
right,
It ain't
right.
32. Yeah.
At the trade deadline, watch for it. Tariq Skubal.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope Eli's ready to give up one of his kidneys because it may take. Detroit not letting Scooble go for a small haul. It's going to
No,
be a
no. Oh,
large.
it's going to cost you.
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
it could.
and we can throw in, throw it. Kerstad and Kobe Mayo will be throw-ins in that trade. Hey, they're going to want some
You
of
know when
our
they wanted Orioles wanted them 2 years ago. You know who Detroit wanted?
who.
Gunner.
See
They
now,
wanted Gunner. They're not
obviously,
giving that up.
obviously
But that was 2 years ago.
that'll get the phone hung up on you.
Right,
Um,
right.
so, but I'm talking about if you really want some of our, and I've heard that we've got some potential minor league, some good looking minor league pitchers. If Detroit really is trying to see, it's no use if you want to trade Tariq Skubal, then that means you kind of starting over a little. So, do you really want Gunner?
I got
I
you.
mean, you would love to have Gunner,
But you're
but
giving
but
up one
yeah,
franchise
yeah,
player
it
to
does
get another.
that doesn't
I
make
got
sense.
you.
If
I
so,
got you.
and I think
I see
Detroit
what
is
you mean.
smarter than that. So
I
if
got
you're
you.
going to trade Tariq Skubal, the Orioles are trying to win. You're trying to reset a little bit. You know.
I got you. I see what you're saying. I agree with that. That makes sense. All right, Eddie, we did it. We
Yeah.
got through it.
Yeah.
So you know the rule. Just leave your screen up, baby.
Right. Right.
I'll see you next week.
Yep.
Peace.
Thanks a lot, bro.
All right, Eddie.